The U.S. Customs and Border Protection, or CBP for short, is a civilian staffed United States federal law enforcement agency that falls under the Department of Homeland Security, or DHS for short. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection is responsible for controlling the exchange of U.S. customs throughout domestic and international ports of entry across the United States and its territories. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection primarily operates on ports of entry. It operates. What I meant to say was it operates on a wide range of ports of entry. There are multiple types of ports of entry, but specific ones that the U.S. Customs and Border Protection operates at include land borders, as its name suggests, airports, seaports, and much more. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection enforces federal immigration, customs, and import tax laws. However, again, a lot of its focus surrounds national security, since it does fall under the Department of Homeland Security. Specific duties of the U.S. Customs and Border Protection include facilitating the transport through U.S. and international ports of entry, specifically land borders. Another duty of the U.S. Customs and Border Protection is operating and protecting U.S. and international land borders. And then added on top of that, another duty of the U.S. Customs and Border Protection is working with local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies. For example, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection's Office of Field Operations Division frequently works with a separate agency, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, on field enforcement operations. And what I mean by that is the U.S. Customs and Border Protection's Field Operations Division frequently works with the Immigration and Customs Enforcement when it comes to basically finding illegal immigrants basically throughout the United States. So if you've ever seen ICE conduct operations before, they'll often conduct it in collaboration with the Office of the U.S. Customs and Border Protection's Office of Field Operations. And that's basically because both agencies, both the U.S. Customs and Border Protection's Office of Field Operations and the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, have concurrent jurisdiction when it comes to finding illegal immigrants. That is pretty much it for their responsibilities and duties. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection has domestic-wide jurisdiction throughout the United States and its territories to, number one, protect domestic and international ports of entry. Number two, to find and apprehend illegal immigrants. Number three, to investigate crimes taken on domestic and international ports of entry. As the U.S. Customs and Border Protection does fall under the Department of Homeland Security, it reports to the head of this Department of Homeland Security, which is the Secretary of Homeland Security. And now basically the Secretary of Homeland Security is an executive official, and therefore it reports to the highest executive official, which is the President of the United States. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection works with multiple local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies, including the Drug Enforcement Administration, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Office of Export Enforcement, the United States Coast Guard, the and much more. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection, specifically its Border Patrol Division, is considered to have some of the most rigorous training courses in federal law enforcement. All U.S. Customs and Border Protection law enforcement divisions train at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. However, the length of time that you'll be training for if you join depends on the division you're applying to. So, for example, Border Patrol, they train for approximately 25 to 30 weeks. But for the Office of Field Operations and other U.S. Customs and Border Protection law enforcement divisions, they train for approximately 15 to 20 weeks. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection has multiple divisions. However, in this video, I will be focusing on their law enforcement related divisions. So basically, the law enforcement divisions of the U.S. Customs and Border Protection include the United States Border Patrol, the Office of Field Operations, the Office of Air and Marine Operations, the Office of Intelligence, and the Office of Professional Responsibility.